Hello and welcome.
It's fall.
Sort of. What's the temperature outside? Because I can see out the window and I say hot.
Yeah, yesterday it hit 103 at Camp Mabry.
And yesterday, as we're recording this, was September 24th. So, cool. Cool.
Yeah. But now we're on our autumnal reads season.
It's wishful thinking.
It's wishful thinking. Austin told me once, he was like, I realize living in Texas that fall is just a state of mind.
Truly.
As I loaded our cart up with like 6 pumpkin candles. He's gotten a little annoyed with me because I started buying too many
pumpkin.
Too many pumpkin. He described one of them as offensive. So,
like the scent?
Yeah.
Was offensive?
He's wrong.
Oh,
he was like,
yeah, I imagine.
He's like, this is like the worst combination of like Bath and Body Works, warm vanilla sugar, and pumpkin. Which
that sounds great.
Yes, it would be great. And then 2, it also does not smell like warm vanilla sugar. It just smells like pumpkin. He's wrong.
Okay, I'll come over and smell the candle.
Yeah, you have to smell all the candles that I put out.
I'll rank them. Candle ranking. I don't have anything fall, although my birthday was a couple weeks ago and my dad's girlfriend made me banana bread, a big old loaf of banana bread. And so that in my mind signals the holidays are upon us. Today's a momentous day because as we are recording this, yesterday was the day of Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce, which I have to talk about. We have to talk about on here.
Never have I cared more about football. And I tried to put the game on. I put real effort into watching this game.
I tried to watch it on the plane and it didn't happen.
Also, as we're recording this, we have snuck our way basically into marketing for a hat manufacturer in Kansas City that my sister works for, where she is now producing Chiefs-themed hats that say, "I'm just here for Taylor," which we inspired, and they have agreed to do a limited run of 20 hats.
So stay tuned. We'll share it on our Instagram once it happens.
We're proving a point now. I'm determined. I was getting worked up about it.
We gotta sell these hats.
We gotta sell these hats because they were like, whatever. So we gotta prove them wrong.
Exactly.
So
that's exactly right.
Buy my sister's hats.
We'll share it on Instagram. It may not be available by the time this episode is up, but we will share it when it is available.
Yes.
We know nothing. We don't work there.
We're the women behind the curtain.
We're the hype men. Yeah. So yeah, big day for us all. It's hot as fuck. We're going to see Noah Khan in a couple hours.
Which is pretty fucking cool.
Yeah.
For free.
Yeah, but it's a Monday.
That's almost why I didn't even ask you, because I was like, Katie's not going to want to go.
If it were anyone else that I cared less about, I would stay home. I'm very tired. Well, and I have to work until like 8 p.m. tomorrow, so.
We got to rally.
I also drank 500 beers this weekend.
Well, you're going to have another one, I'm sure.
I am. It's the only way to get through it. Okay, so this month, we read The Neighbor Favor by Kristina Forest, who is a new-to-me author.
Also a new-to-me author, which is not very shocking, because lots of times they are. We picked this one because it is about 2 people who work in books, and the cover looked vaguely autumnal, which sadly turned out to not really be the case. It was not very autumnal. Most of it was set in the summer.
Yes, that is true. But it does look very autumnal. I think it tricked us because it's like orange and yellow.
Yeah, we were kind of trying to look for like a back to school almost.
Yeah.
And this one,
it's not what we were going for.
No. It was still great.
Yeah.
It was still like a lovely little read that we'll get into, but not quite.
So through the Googling I've done in the last 30 seconds, it looks like Kristina Forest, our author, has published some young adult novels, and it appears that this is her first adult novel.
Cool.
Which is cool.
Yeah, nice.
And I liked it. So do you want to read the blurb or should I?
The book is over there with you, so you get to read the blurb.
Yeah. Okay. Shy, bookish, and admittedly awkward, Lily Green has always felt inadequate compared to the rest of her accomplished family who strive for Black excellence. She dreams of becoming a children's book editor, but she's been frustratingly stuck in the nonfiction division for years without a promotion in sight. Lily finds escapism in her correspondence with her favorite fantasy author, and what begins as two lonely people connecting over email turns into a tentative friendship and possibly something else Lily won't let herself entertain until he ghosts her without a word. Months later, Lily is still crushed, but she's determined to get a hold of her life, starting with finding a date to her sister's wedding. And the perfect person to help her is Nick Brown, her charming, attractive new neighbor who she feels drawn to for reasons she can't explain. But little does she know, Nick is an author, her favorite fantasy author. Nick, who has his reasons for using a pen name and pushing people away, soon realizes that the beautiful, quiet girl from down the hall is the same Lily he fell in love with over email months ago. Unwilling to complicate things even more between them, he agrees to set her up with someone else, though this simple favor between two neighbors is anything but. Not when he can't get her off his mind. ... The
reason she's drawn to him is because he's hot.
Yes, that is the reason.
That's about it.
He's referred to as the hot neighbor for a significant portion of this book.
Yeah, he's hot. He's hot.
So I will say, this is not fall vibes because it's very clearly a riff on You've Got Mail.
Yes.
Which is the fallest of fall vibes.
Faller than When Harry Met Sally.
Well, Meg Ryan's character explicitly does say there's something like, don't you just love New York in the fall in You've Got Mail. So,
well,
slightly more pointed.
I won't argue with the expert.
Yeah. This is my area of expertise. This is Nora Ephron. But yeah, this was a cute book. I liked it. I liked it a lot. I read it in print, which I haven't read a print romance novel in a minute.
Oh, I read it on my Kindle, and I was a little annoyed because I didn't get off the wait list.
So you had to purchase it.
I did, but I had some points. So it was $3 cheaper.
I did so we'll talk about this in a second, but the first section of this book is emails between the two of them, which I think for my brain, for some reason, works better in print than on Kindle. I don't know why. So I'm kind of glad that I read it this way, because sometimes when books have like text formatting or email formatting or whatever on Kindle, even if it looks really nice, it like doesn't work in my brain.
Actually, you know what? I started this book on audiobook.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And it was kind of weird.
Yeah, I imagine the emails were kind of weird in audiobook format.
Well, one, it took fucking forever to get through them, because when you listen to a book where there's emails, they have to read every single one. Time, 8:42. From Lily to Strick. Subject line.
Interesting.
Every single time. And like, when you're reading it in print, obviously just like skip over that shit.
Right. Yeah. I don't even look at that.
No.
I'll look at the subject line occasionally because sometimes they'll change it to be like cutesy or whatever, but like I don't look at it. Well, and I was looking at the dates.
Yeah, see, I don't do that, which would behoove me to do so, but I didn't.
I don't do it unless I get confused and I'm like, wait, how much time has passed? Because in multiple of these emails, they're like, sorry, it took me so long to get back to you.
Yeah.
Which is what I type in every email I've ever sent in my entire life.
My apologies for the delayed response.
Yep. It's a permanent delayed response.
That reminds me, I was supposed to email somebody back today, and the window is literally still open on my computer to type up the email.
I got, look at this. Hang on. 0 unread emails.
I don't want to talk
on
to
a
you
Monday.
about that. I'm at 29.
It only happened because I worked from the airport yesterday on a Sunday, for what it's worth.
Monday is the day where just like nobody should expect me to email them back. I don't know if everybody else is this way, but if I get like a pitch or anything on Monday, I'm not emailing you back that day.
I am almost never responding to an email on a Monday.
No, I'm just not. I don't have it in me. I'm gearing up for the week.
Yeah.
Emailing people is not on the list today.
Yeah. All right, well, let's get into it.
Yeah, so we've got our two main characters. We've got Lily, and we've got hot neighbor Nick, who at this point in the story is not hot neighbor Nick. He is a journalist. He's a travel writer.
Yeah.
Who, at age 23, published this fantasy novel called The Elves of Ceridon. And Lily, who works in publishing, loves this book. And so the story starts with Lily on the subway and kind of talking about her life. She hates her job. She like works for this horrible woman who's not even like horrible in a juicy, gossipy way. She's just horrible and can't like abusive and can't work a computer. One of those. And She gets in the habit of Googling the author of this book, N.R. Strickland, every few months or so, because she purchased The Elves of Ceradon. No, she worked at a bookstore and randomly got it. Googled the author in the first place. You know, he had a very sparse biography on the online. He's not on any social media. All she knew basically is that he's British.
And he wrote this book.
And he wrote this book.
Yeah.
So she's sitting on the subway, which is delayed, and she Googles him again, and she finds, wow, he's got a website now. Shocking. And it's got a contact page. So she, on a whim, emails him. And N.R. Strickland, who is actually Nick. What's his last name? I don't remember.
Brown.
Nick Brown.
I only know that because I just read it on the back of this cover.
Thank you. Anyway, so she emails N.R. Strickland, who is obviously Nick, and he's in Holland when he gets the first email from Lily, and he's like, how the hell did this person find me? So the long story short of it is his best friend has appointed himself to be his new literary agent, which his friend does work in publishing, so it's not that weird, but built him a website and wants to get this book republished and actually made successful, because it's a really good book. It sounds like everybody really loves this book. Everyone who's read it, which unfortunately is 3 people, but everyone really likes this book. Nick has no interest in being a publicly known author, yada yada, but he and Lily start emailing back and forth as N.R. Strickland and Lily herself.
Yeah, because Nick responds and is like, whoa, how did you find me? You read my book? That's crazy.
I can't believe anyone read that book ever.
Yeah.
He'd gotten screwed in a publishing deal. Had gotten 100 copies printed or something tiny like that. Nobody read this book, basically.
Yeah. And then didn't the publishing house close entirely or something?
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. So he got screwed and he's basically like, what? How did you? A reader? I'll respond. Yeah.
Whomst?
Notable to point out that he is not British, but he continues to pretend to be.
Yeah, which maybe so I read most of the letters through audiobook before I was like, I gotta just buy the book.
Mm-hmm.
Which maybe he references multiple times in the book that he kept using the British accent, which I didn't pick up on because in the audiobook they don't read it in a British
American. Yeah.
They should have read the letters in a British accent though. That would have been very funny.
That would have been funny because during the emails I fully thought he was British.
Yeah. He's not.
Because we don't get any of his background until because the entire first how many pages? Let me see. In the print copy, the first 60 pages of this book are emails. Nothing else. No context. No, nothing. Well, at the beginning, I guess we get a little bit of context,
we get
but not much.
Yeah, we get a scene of Lily and we get a scene of Nick.
Yeah.
And their kind of respective where they are in their lives right now.
Yeah, but it doesn't really tell us anything about anyone. It just sets up who are these people.
Exactly. So over 8 months or whatever, it's a long time, Nick and Lily are emailing back and forth. Him as N.R. Strickland, which he starts going by Strick.
He's like, call me Strick.
Ugh,
Gross.
I don't like it. That's a bad nickname.
Yep. Don't like it.
I don't like it. But they get to know each other and they're pretty nice letters. It's really cute. Mm-hmm. You learn a little bit about Lily's life. You learn about Nick and what he does. He writes for this magazine called World Traveler and goes to all these different places. And then, one day he just ghosts.
I will say one of the first good journalist characters we've read in a romance novel.
Yes, this is true. He does seem to do his job well, and his job does seem realistic.
Yeah, seems like a real job that people have.
Yeah, a real job that people have.
Unlike the other journalists that we've met in some of these books.
Yes, which maybe we were also saved because we don't get too far into the journalism aspect of Nick's life. It's only in the letters.
Yeah, very surface level.
Yeah. I will say we do maybe get I don't want to say dumb, but this man could have been so easily found.
Yeah. Yeah.
Easily.
Because he gives her a lot of information about
what he's doing
for a living. And it would be so easy to just Google travel stories, Holland, travel stories.
He tells her everywhere he's been for 8 months.
Yeah. All you had to do is be Holland and wherever and magazine and you would find him.
we say a lot of like, oh, these people would be like really easy to find because we know how to look at tax records and stuff. But like, no, this is just some surface level Googling.
Base level, easy to find.
Yeah, just not even like normal journalism skills, just like using a little bit extra brain.
Yeah, but this is a suspend your disbelief scenario as usual.
Yes. So they like make plans to in their final emails. They've been kind of like flirting a little bit. They kind of admit that they like each other and they want to meet over FaceTime. So they make a date to do it, and Strick doesn't show up. Strick/Nick. And he finally emails her and is like, I can't talk to you anymore. I'm so sorry. Don't contact me again. And then like deletes his email address.
Yeah, and the last thing in the email section is like Lily's email bouncing. Yeah. Basically. Which like, God.
Yep. Ouch.
Yeah. And then we get a time jump.
That's right.
This book takes place over 3 years, I feel like. A long amount of time.
Yeah, it was a pretty good chunk of time. It was like, it starts in the beginning, I want to say in like March or something of the year before.
Yeah, let me look.
We can easily check. Oh, maybe not even March, because she talks about how hot it is.
Yeah. May. Starts in May.
And then he ghosts her like around
New Year's.
Yes.
Let me look at the exact. January 24th.
Okay.
So like 9 months.
Yeah. And then it picks up again, I think also in May.
It says 5 months later, so yeah.
June or May, yeah.
Yeah, May or June, depending on like what day or whatever. So yeah, this book takes place over like 2 years.
Yeah. You pointed out this was our first
epistolary.
Thank you. We define that for the listeners like
Let me make sure I'm pronouncing it right.
Who have not heard that word in a long time.
Pronunciation. Am I saying it right?
Epistolary.
I am.
Nice.
I paid attention in high school English.
See, I did to a certain extent, not to the point that I remember all the vocabulary.
I actually don't know if I learned that in high school English. I think I learned it when I was briefly working for a literary nonprofit.
No, that would make sense.
Yeah. I don't know why I'm so vague about it. I was working for the Texas Book Festival. I don't know why I'm like, oh,
for the CIA,
a literary nonprofit. Why would I not promote the Texas Book Festival?
We love the Texas Book Festival.
Go to the Texas Book Festival.
Yeah.
It's this November.
Yeah, you made it sound like you don't like them anymore.
Yeah, no, it was great. It was a great job.
Yeah,
I loved it. Yeah, go in November. I think it's the first weekend in November.
Tell them to invite us. Have us on a panel.
Yeah, second weekend of November. It's the weekend of November 11th.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Anyway,
free plug for a free festival. Yeah, this is our first epistolary book, which I don't read that many books that end up being formatted this way anymore. I feel like when I was a teenager, there were a lot of books that were like text conversations or like AIM messages or whatever.
Yeah, like I feel like we certainly get little bits of it in a lot of romances of like short text exchanges or whatever. The most recent one that I would think we both read, or at least I read, was Romantic Comedy by Curtis Sittenfeld.
Yeah, lots of emails there.
Yeah, which we didn't love.
No, we didn't. Curtis Sittenfeld will be at the Texas Book Festival.
Plug for Curtis Sittenfeld.
Yeah.
But what did you think of this epistolary?
I liked it. It surprised me, and then it went on for longer than I was expecting it to. But I like an email exchange in a book.
Yeah. I don't know how I feel about it, but I think some of that is because I was listening on audiobook.
Yeah, I don't know how this plotline would have worked without it.
It was tough. It was a little tough.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't listen to audiobooks with the frequency that you do, so.
Yeah. I don't know if I could have listened to the email exchange in an audiobook format, but I also don't know how this book would have worked like if it hadn't been emails.
Yeah, it was a girl and a guy in the audiobook version. So like that helped a little bit, but still.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think that would have been hard for me.
Yeah, so I can't give it like a fair critique, except, I mean, it did make sense that the emails were a big part of this book, but I just remember listening to it and being like, okay, this is kind of like, I would have read through this like much faster.
Right. That makes sense. Makes sense. But yeah, I liked it. I like a set of emails in a book. But that's the last of the emails. And then we switch to just normal old narrative. And it's 5 months later, so it's May again. And we lead with we get back to Lily. We don't know where Nick has gone yet.
No, we don't.
We don't know what's happened to him. I mean, if you read the back of the book, you know what has happened to him, but within the book, we don't know what has happened to him.
He has not died.
Yes.
He still exists.
But he has not yet showed up. So we're checking in with Lily. This is all taking place in New York City, by the way, even though, or like Lily's side of things is in New York City. Nick is anywhere and everywhere until he ends up in New York City. So we end up back in New York in May. Lily's job sucks. Her boss sucks. She has like a really positive attitude about it for being such a shitty situation.
Yeah, she's like almost accepted it in some ways that are frustrating, where it's like, Lily, come on.
Yeah.
Go send some more emails.
Yeah, exactly.
Get out
I'm
of this
like, try a
terrible
little
job.
harder to, like, you don't have to put up with this. Come on.
Because her boss is awful.
Really awful. She's moved in with one of her sisters. She has two sisters, Violet, and the other one's a flower name.
Iris.
They're all flowers.
Yeah, they're
it's
all
very
flowers.
cute. But she's living with Violet, who is stressful.
Violet is stressful, but she's so fucking cool.
I love her. She works in like fashion, right?
She's a stylist.
Yeah, she's a stylist. And so she works with all these different celebrities.
Like Megan Thee Stallion and Doja Cat.
Yeah.
Like very flamboyantly dressed celebrities.
Yeah, and she gets linked up with one of these celebs and they have like a whirlwind romance and get engaged. So that's kind of like a subplot, is like Violet planning this ill-fated wedding.
Yes, with he's like a record producer or something. I don't know.
He's a fucking douche.
Yeah, he sucks.
Yeah. Everything's the same, except she's kind of wondering what the hell happened within our Strickland, but she's not really dwelling on it all that much.
No, she's kind of like, well, he sucked.
Yeah.
That was sad. I really liked him.
Right.
But
anyway.
I'm really mad.
Yeah.
They make a point to note that in Violet's apartment where, Lily is living, that Violet had a coffee table custom made based on her naked body.
Yep.
Incredible.
But if it's your sister's naked body and you're sleeping on your sister's couch,
she seems used to it.
Yeah. So Violet is chaos, and evidenced by the fact that she has had like a 3-month whirlwind relationship with this man who's some kind of producer, promoter, something in the music industry, that she gets engaged to very suddenly.
Yes. This is a train set to derail at any moment.
Yeah, it's not great. But to everyone's credit, they take it in stride and they're like, cool, Violet's getting married. How fun and interesting.
But also quietly like, Violet, are you sure?
Yeah, that's kind of one of the subplots of this book, is like Lily, their other sister Iris, they're both like, Violet, are we like really sure about this marriage thing? And Violet's like, yeah, for sure. And they're like, okay,
all right,
but like, let us know if you need anything. And so as is common in romance novels, the family vastly oversteps and is like badgering Lily to get a date to the wedding. And Lily's like, what the hell? I don't need a date. Like, what are you talking about? It's fine.
They're always like trying to set her up with these either like wildly boring men or men that are actually in love with Violet.
Yeah, because Iris works like on Wall Street or something.
No, she's like a beauty brand.
Oh, that's what it is. She's a business owner. But,
yeah.
But she ends up linking Lily up with all these like Wall Street finance business bros.
Yeah, she seems like one of the sisters where it's like, I just want this man to be able to like support you.
Yeah.
You need to do with money.
And then,
which, like, fair, don't we all?
Yeah. But, and then Violet sets her up with these like creative music industry types who, like you said, are just all secretly in love with Violet.
Yeah.
Or not so secretly in love with Violet.
Or not, yeah. And Lily's hot, as we know.
Yeah.
Because Nick later makes it very clear. But, like, she's also kind of awkward.
Mm-hmm.
But we love a weird girl in these books.
Yeah. Yeah, she has what appears to be quite a bit of social anxiety when it comes to, like, dates, job interviews, parties, whatever.
Yeah.
Like, she's good in her environment, but not outside of her environment.
Yeah. So she's had some run-ins with Nick, who now lives in New York in her apartment building.
Mm-hmm.
What are the odds?
Yep. But she doesn't know Nick is Strick.
Obviously.
We just early on are introduced to him as this like mysterious hot neighbor.
Yeah. So turns out Nick moves to New York because his best friend Marcus lives there. Marcus and his husband Caleb. Marcus is the one who decides he's going to be Nick's new literary agent, you know, like the year before or whatever, and succeeds and gets the Elves of Ceridon a new publisher, which happens to the publisher that Lily works for. They're ordering like a bazillion book run of it or whatever. They're already making him write the sequel. And he got a massive HBO deal.
Yeah. And there are like posters everywhere of the book cover. Like, it's a big deal.
Yeah, it's like Game of Thrones, but like even more of a big deal.
Yeah.
Because like no one's really read this book before.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, it's super exciting, and Nick is living in this like super fancy but super sad apartment because he won't furnish it.
He has no fucking furniture. He has these cute... I have to mention one note that is really inconsequential to the entire book, but he does have one very nice friend that lives in his... He has two very nice friends, Henry and Yolanda, and they're, I think, like in their 50s. Mm-hmm. Henry's in love with Yolanda. Nick helps him get with Yolanda. But it mentions that Yolanda is rich because her ex-husband owns a jewelry store in Houston.
Like, I missed that.
The book mentions that she and her ex-husband own a jewelry store in Houston where a lot of rappers go. And I was like, oh my God, Yolanda's married to Johnny Dang.
That's so funny. I didn't clock that. That's so funny.
It's like, wow, I can't believe we got a vague Johnny Dang reference in a romance set in New York.
Niche Houston reference.
Yeah, who wants to talk about Johnny Dang and
so funny.
Paul Wall?
That's so funny.
Anyway, that was one of my 4 notes that I made was Yolanda was married to Johnny Dang. Ha 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 ha.
That's pretty good. The like kind of first part of this section is like not a lot happens. It's just very slice of lifey. Like Lily's going to work, Nick's going about his day to day, like settling into New York. But quite early on, we have our kind of like official meet cute, even though they've already like been chatting like, hey, in the elevator or hallway or whatever. And so like basically they talk, they like make plans to hang out. They hang out, and the first time they hang out, they are in Violet's apartment, which is also Lily's apartment temporarily, and they just make out.
Yep.
Which is mind-boggling.
Yes, because these are both kind of awkward people.
Yeah.
Like, Nick is really hot, Lily's very hot, but they're both just, like, generally a little bit weird. They don't really, like, they're very introverted mostly.
Yeah.
And the first time that Lily's like, I'm actually gonna say something to him, they start making out.
Yeah, like, within minutes.
Yeah. Sure.
It seems like it feels like a 20-minute time span that this all happens in, because it's like he like follows her into the apartment. She's feeding her cat. He like helps her get the food off the top of the fridge because she's too short to reach it, and then they just fucking make out.
Yeah. All through this too, like Lily's telling him things. This part's kind of from her point of view. It's like a third person book, but it's also from their points of view.
Yeah.
At different points. There's a word for that. I don't know. Third person omnipotent. That's what it is.
Yes.
There's another high school literary term.
There you go.
Yeah. But anyway, she's like telling him things, and she notes that she can like see him like look at her weird or like flinch because it's details that she had told him over email. And so, you know, again, they make out.
Yeah, and he's like fully figured out like, oh, this is... I mean, he hasn't like really accepted it, but he kind of is like, oh God, which we learned later on that he like had kind of, but he was starting to put it together, but it was like her tattoo or something that he was like, fuck, oh no.
Yeah. After they had made out, he saw her foot tattoo and was like, I gotta go.
Yeah, he just fucking bails. And like, Lily's all sad. 'cause she's like, what the fuck? And yeah, he says that he can't date anyone right now or something when this happens.
She, like, chases him down.
Yeah, she's like, what the fuck?
Yeah. And so he's like, I can't date anybody. Like, it's not you. It's I can't date anybody.
So they start to just become friends, like running into each other in the elevator. They have each other's phone numbers, like whatever. So then they go on this, like, not a date to IKEA, which is the best place for a date.
I agree. They've got soft serve and cinnamon rolls. Where else do I want to go?
Meatballs.
Yeah. I once made a joke on Twitter that IKEA was my favorite local restaurant, and I feel like it didn't get the attention it deserved.
That's very good.
Thank you.
That's very good. So they go to IKEA because Nick has no furniture. And Lily's like, bro, you need, like, a bed frame. Because he's sleeping in a mattress on the floor. And Lily's like, for being awkward, like, Lily's kind of bold. She's like, well, if you won't date me, will you at least, like, help me find someone who, like, will go to this wedding with me?
Yeah, she's like, she kind of becomes the kind of awkward, I feel like I am, where it's just like, I'll just say stuff that's probably not.
Yeah, she just says kind of out-of-pocket stuff.
Yeah. Well, okay, if you're not going to date me, then all right. Well, we'll find somebody else who is, and you have to help. Sorry.
Yeah, exactly. There's a series of shenanigans where they try to find someone. They try to hook Lily up with someone, basically. But notably, Nick takes Lily to his best friend's birthday party, which is 70s theme and sounds fucking awesome.
Yeah. I love a theme party. I feel like I don't have enough theme parties in my life. But also, like, who do we know that throws theme parties?
Who do we know that throws parties in the first place? Not that many of us.
No, not really.
We're in kind of a party-free group for some reason.
We're busy people.
But yeah, remind me, do they make out again? No, they just get close to making out.
They almost make out.
They get interrupted.
Because for somebody who's supposed to be a wingman, Nick is a terrible wingman.
Yeah, because he's like watching Lily talk to this other person who is in a relationship, but Nick doesn't know that. And he's like sitting there stewing.
Yeah, Lily's like talking to him about like books that his girlfriend would like or something like that. Like something very innocent and cute or whatever. It's like, oh, new friends, whatever.
Yeah.
And Nick barges over and is like, what are we talking about? Lily, come see something. And he just takes her to the kitchen and just hands her some chips.
Yeah. He's like, you need to eat. She's like, you're right, I need to eat, weirdo. Yeah.
So he, then they almost make out.
They almost make out. They're interrupted by someone coming into the kitchen. Then he meets up with her family. Is that what happens next? There's some other things.
Yeah, he kind of shenanigans ensue.
Yeah, they go book shopping.
They go book shopping. Again, he's a terrible wingman.
Yeah.
Because they're like, let's go to the Strand and you can, meet somebody very romantically. Which, like, great plan.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then some guy does start talking to her and says something about this author she really likes. And she's like, you're an idiot. And he's like, well, and then Nick comes and rescues her. And it was like, well, that was a bust.
Yeah, that part was very funny. Because that is something I would do.
Yep. Did you see that TikTok that I sent you where it was like, how well do you know your best friend? What if you see them arguing with somebody, what are they arguing about?
Probably a wrong opinion you have about a book.
Yep. Probably so.
Okay, yeah, so they go book shopping, and then they hang out with her family because it's her parents' both of their birthdays?
Yeah, they share a birthday.
Yeah.
Which is cute.
So they have this, like, July whatevereth party. I don't remember what day it is. But they call it it's like the July somethingeth party. It's like the 17th or something like that.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Violet had, like, seen them together and was like, bring him to our parents' birthday party.
Yeah. And Lily's like, dude, what? And Nick's like, I'd love to come. And so he comes to the party. Of course, the entire family adores him. And then they make out again.
Yep. They do more than make out, almost.
Yeah.
They almost have sex in her childhood bedroom.
Yeah, they fool around a little bit. And then Nick is once again like, God damn it. We can't do this. We can't do this.
Yeah, and then he, like, leaves before she wakes up.
Yeah, which is not great.
Yeah. So yeah, they're just like playing this again. She still doesn't know he's Strick. He had tried to tell her at IKEA, to his credit.
Yeah.
But it was like one of those sitcom-y moments where she's like, if I saw him, why I oughta.
Yeah. And then, like, the second that he's trying to tell her.
Yeah. And so he's like, Werp,
Yep.
I won't.
Yep.
So they're both like, Lily's like, I don't know why he won't date me. Like, clearly we like each other.
Mm-hmm.
So
Like, we keep making out.
Yeah, we keep making out. So, I don't know. But
And, like, she's... Again, I would like Lily to advocate for herself some more, because she's like this with her boss, where she's like, this is fine. This is not great, but it's fine.
I'll deal with it.
And then, like, in this situation with Nick, she's like, why won't he date me? Oh, well, it's fine. I'm like, come on.
Say something.
Ask for what you want, girlfriend.
See something, say something.
Exactly. That's exactly right. Jesus.
So,
It's fucking so stupid. Idiot. You're full of catchphrases today.
what was my other one?
What? You were womp-womping earlier.
I was telling Katie lately, when anything mildly inconvenient upwards to like truly tragic happens, just in my head, my sister and I have just been going womp womp. We can't stop, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But back to this book.
Back to the book.
So after kind of like all of these attempts, again, Nick, like in the background, Nick is prepping for the re-release of his giant book. And he's like kind of debating if he still wants to be anonymous.
Yeah.
And he's got some family stuff he's dealing with where...
Oh, yeah, we haven't even talked about that.
Yeah, in the background of this whole romance and whatnot, Nick had a horrible home life growing up where his mom and dad would disappear. His dad was a gambling addict. His mom, they would just like stay together even if they shouldn't. And it was just a really bad situation. And so the whole reason that Nick published his book under a pen name was because he didn't want his dad to find out and like ask him for money, basically.
Yeah. So that's why he's still so hesitant about doing this. But as he gets kind of caught up in the excitement of like the republishing of this book, he's like, well, wait, maybe I should just like do it. But he's still pretty scared.
Yeah, which is understandable.
Yeah.
So after several like unsuccessful attempts to date other people, Lily gets a hot new coworker.
Oh, yeah.
Who is British.
Yeah. And she's like, he's exactly what I pictured in our Strickland to look like in my head.
Which is very funny.
Very funny. He's like brooding with glasses and like very bookish.
Yeah. She's supposed to go on a date with him, but her cat gets sick.
Yeah.
And so Nick helps her with the cat, and that's really
and pays
cute.
for it.
And pays for it because he's a billionaire. Secret billionaire.
I don't think he's a billionaire, but he's a secret something-aire.
He's got lots of money.
Yeah.
He got like a 7-figure deal from HBO.
Yeah.
So he's
probably secret millionaire.
Secret millionaire, at least. Which, wow, what a dream.
Yeah.
So Lily attempts to go on a date with this guy or whatever, and they end up at the club.
Yeah.
With she's got this kind of like fun, chaotic coworker. I don't remember her name. It starts with a D.
I don't either. But she's like, let's go out. Let's drink. Let's go to happy hour. Let's party.
Yes, because they're celebrating because Lily finally did advocate for herself and is getting a meeting with somebody.
Yeah.
Is that why
she's getting she met someone at the friend's birthday party, Nick's friend's birthday party, who works at a children's book publisher, and she has an interview at that children's book publisher. So they go out to celebrate that she got an interview.
Yes.
And Lily texts Nick and is like, hey, I know it's not your thing really, but like we're going to celebrate this. Do you want to come? And he's like, of course.
Yeah. So they all end up at the club, including the hot new coworker who Nick is just seething about. Because the hot new coworker does like Lily. Yeah.
And they're flirting.
Yeah.
Like it seems like he's really into her, but Lily's like, oh shit. He seems great, but dang it.
And then all their friends leave the club, and Nick and Lily stay.
Yep.
Which is very funny.
Yeah.
Based on what we know about them.
Yeah, exactly. These two, like, very introverted people.
Yeah. And then they're...
Be like me and Ryan staying at the club after everyone left. Exactly.
Who'd have
Going
thought?
to a club in the first place.
Hey, we did for Kelsey's birthday last year. That was fun.
That was really fun. I had a good time that night.
See, you can do it occasionally.
Yep, once a year.
Once a year. They go outside and make out against the wall.
Yep. And then Nick comes clean.
Yep.
And Lily understandably freaks the fuck out.
Yeah.
But I wrote in my notes that I really liked Nick's apology and that he didn't try to like make excuses or like win her back or anything. He was just very matter of fact, like, this is what happened. It was super fucked up of me to do that. I am so sorry. Like, I hope you can forgive me, but like, I get it if you can't, basically.
Yeah.
He handles it really well.
Yeah. And I think like Lily handles it like as well as she possibly could.
Right. Like, she's pissed, but no one here is being unreasonable.
No. I was also pleasantly surprised about where it fell in the book. I thought this was going to be like the 86%
Right.
conflict.
Like the last fight.
Which I was like waiting for the other shoe to drop, and then when it did, at this point, I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Like, we have enough time for them to have like a resolution and like be together.
Exactly.
Which I really liked. So I feel like it came at an appropriate time where I wasn't like, okay, he wasn't hanging on this too long.
Yeah, it's not like, 10 pages before the book ends, and then we
Right.
just got to rush to the happily ever after.
Yeah, so I thought this was really good pacing.
Yeah, I liked it. I liked it a lot. Okay. But what does happen here is that Lily goes on a date with Oliver.
Yes, because she's like, I'm mad at Nick.
Oliver is the hot coworker.
Oliver is the hot coworker, who again seems very hot.
Yeah.
Except his fatal flaw is he can't stop talking about this 5K he's gonna race
Yeah.
in like a month.
He's like so excited about it. I'm like, that's 3 miles, my guy.
And yeah, at one point he's like, I can't have alcohol right now. I'm running a 5K in a month, which is like, I could wake up tomorrow and run a 5K.
Exactly.
I wouldn't be fast, but I could do it.
Right.
It's 3 miles.
I run a 5K like once a week.
Yeah. And he's very serious about it.
Yeah.
Everything else about him is very endearing. And like,
Right.
also, Lily does not seem to realize that it's only 3 miles because she's like,
wow, a runner. This is so impressive.
how cool. I couldn't run that at all. I'm like, Lily, yeah, you could.
You could.
You could.
You
It wouldn't be
could.
fun, but you could do it. It's fine.
Yeah. Anyway, so she goes on this date with Oliver, and it's like a really nice date, and they have a nice time. And she's like, basically, she's like, I'm so sorry, but I gotta go do something. Like, I have to, like, talk to Nick.
And
basically.
Oliver, to his credit, is also like, that's great.
Yeah, and Oliver was like, oh, when we were at the club, I, like, thought there was something going on
Yeah.
between the two of you, so, like, that tracks.
And then Lily's like, our chaotic coworker likes you. And he's like, really?
Yeah, and I'm like, oh, that's a weird pairing, but okay.
Oh, that was cute.
Yeah. So yeah, they finally get together at what I wrote down as page 311, and there are like 380 some odd pages in this book. So they have like good like 70 pages of being together.
I know. And it is very cute.
It is. It's very cute.
They bang, obviously.
Obviously, yeah, I don't know what percent it was at because I read the print version.
I marked the percent where they first kissed, and it was 31% when they make out in her apartment. I forgot to mark where they like bang, but
Yeah.
they kiss a lot in this book.
Yeah, an early kiss.
An early kiss, a very early kiss.
Yeah, so they start dating and everything's really nice.
Yeah, it's really cute. He takes her on this very nice date to meet one of her favorite authors in like a neighboring town. They seem to have like a very healthy communicative relationship.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, things are going good. While this is going on, Nick is getting unknown phone calls, and we all know who it is.
Right. It's obviously one of his parents.
Yeah. And so he finally answers one, and it's his mom, who tells him that his dad has been in a car accident and broke his leg and has a concussion, and Nick decides that he's going to go see them. This is like the same time that Lily goes to Violet's bachelorette party, which is in Miami, and sounds like a fucking blast.
It does. It really sounds very fun.
They're hanging out with this rapper that Violet works with called like Cashmere Kitty
Yeah.
with K's.
Yes.
I think that's her name.
Something like that.
She sounds great. I love
Yeah.
her.
And she like set this whole thing up because she's like super rich and famous.
Yeah, so they're just like hanging out in this Miami mansion, like going to clubs and like getting bottle service and not having to pay for it.
It sounds super fun.
Yeah.
But except until there are paparazzi shots of Violet's fiance, who over the past however many pages of this book there have been many hints dropped that maybe Violet is not as into this as one perhaps would hope.
Yeah, because
for an
Eddie
impending
sucks.
marriage. Yeah.
He doesn't do anything.
Yeah, he doesn't do anything, and like Violet's kind of explaining away his like not great behavior. Like he never comes around. He didn't come to like the parents' birthday thing, or maybe he did. There was like
showed
some
up late.
Yeah, he showed up late. He's just like not around.
Yeah.
And so he gets paparazzi'd, like canoodling with some other like famous person that Violet also works with.
Yeah.
And so basically, like the sisters are like, we're shutting this shit down. We're in sister mode. We're taking care of Violet.
And like Nick and Lily had gotten into like not an argument, but like a mild disagreement because Lily was like, you should tell the world you're in our Strickland if you want. And he's like, I'm scared. And she's like, well, I understand that, but like, you should do it because you want or whatever. Mm-hmm. And like, it's like fine. It's just kind of like one of those mild disagreements where you're like a little upset with each other, but like, you're not going to break up over it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But they like hang up because Lily has to go be a sister.
Mm-hmm.
And Nick is still in North Carolina with his parents, also dealing with this. And yeah, so they don't talk for a little bit. Nick has a very healing moment with his mom, mm-hmm. which is very lovely. His mom is like finally leaving his dad, which hell yeah.
Yeah. So he like helps her get set up with like a new apartment, like all this other stuff. So he's super busy. Meanwhile, Lily goes back to New York and finds out that her job, basically, she's been like, she's the assistant to one editor, and she's being told that she's now going to be the assistant to two editors. So she's going from like one full-time job to two full-time jobs.
Yeah, and they like won't pay her more.
Yeah, and so she finally ends up like doing the interview with the children's book publisher. That goes well, and her phone is dead for like a day.
This is the other part where I'm like, Lily, use your brain like 5% more.
Yeah.
Like, because she's like, I couldn't ask my boss for a phone charger. And I'm like,
go to fucking CVS.
You work in an office of like 80 people.
Yeah.
Go find your chaotic coworker. Go find Oliver.
Or go to CVS or like do literally anything.
Literally, you live in New York. Like there's a Dwayne Reed like 20 feet away.
For sure.
Absolutely. And she's like, I was so busy. And so her phone's been dead for like 24 hours.
Yeah. And so all of these great things are happening for her, but she can't talk to Nick. Nick is like so busy with his mom and stuff and can't talk to her.
He finally overcame his writer's block too that he's been dealing with in writing the sequel. So he's been like up all night writing.
Yeah. And
so he's trying to get in touch with Lily to be like, I did this amazing thing. I'm writing the sequel. Like, I want to, I don't know. He hasn't decided at this point, but he's like, he's
like, I'm writing something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, Lily's phone is fucking dead.
Yeah. So this is the day of this like big company party where they are supposed to like really talk about Nick's book, but like not say who Nick is.
Yeah.
And Nick was going to go to the party as in our Strickland and like come out to the world basically, but then he decides not to. And so like Lily ends up going to this company party because she has to for work.
It's like a weird series of shenanigans where like Nick's been trying to get a hold of her and he can't. Lily has to go to the party to bring her boss something stupid.
Yeah, like index cards or something stupid.
Nick goes to her apartment. Her whole family's there, and they're like, "Oh, she
went to this party." Yeah,
and he's like, "I bet she went looking for me or something." So he ends up at the party. They all just like assume that he's there to reveal himself and like shuffle him onto stage.
Yeah, and he's like, "Okay, so I guess I'm in our Strickland. Like, here I am."
And he sees Lily, and they have this very cute like reuniting moment.
Yeah, there's this like kind of declaration of love moment when he's on stage, which is all very rom-com-y, all very cute.
It's very cute.
Yeah. And so, yeah, happily ever after.
Yep. This one was cute.
It was cute. I mean, that's what I wrote in my notes for my overall thoughts. I wrote cute, quick, easy. Like it was just a good, solid, sweet, like romance.
Yeah, this was, again, not as autumnal as we had hoped,
Mm-hmm.
but I really liked the sister relationships. I thought those were really fun, even when the sisters were, like, being annoying about trying to get her to date some terrible men, but, like, it was also realistic.
Yeah.
I
really liked all the book reference. There were a lot of like references to fantasy novels. And there was, we didn't talk about this enough, but there was like a lot of the kind of Lily's inner monologue or whatever is about like she really loved Nick's book because it was like black elves and it was like fantasy written by a black author and stuff. So there's a lot of like representation of like black fantasy authors like N.K. Jemisin and like other people that are mentioned in the book.
Yeah,
which is cool.
I texted you at one point, like, this is a book of great other book recommendations.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
especially when they're in the bookstore, which I guess could feel a little shoehorned at times of like, you know, when romance authors name drop other romance authors, sometimes it feels a little awkward, but like this one felt extremely natural for who they are as characters.
For sure.
And it was really fun. It was really cute. I really liked that scene when they were in the bookstore.
Yeah, it was great. And as someone who's kind of newly into fantasy, I was like, yeah, write down
I know
some book recommendations.
I added one to my cart when they talk about Riot Baby.
Oh, interesting.
Have you read that one?
Mm-mm.
Well, it looks good.
But no, this book was super cute.
All the annoyances I have were not like real annoyances, so I really liked this one. It was a good like you said, a good, quick, easy, very lovely at points, very cute. I thought the pacing was really great. Yeah, I really liked this one.
Yeah, liked the characters, even the side characters. It was also like a rather realistic romance novel, like coming off of reading Mrs. Nash's Ashes, which was so like delightfully absurd and like shenanigans that like not all of those things would not happen to two people.
No.
You know? Which is like wonderful to read in its own way. And then it's also wonderful to read just like very simple, like straightforward, like day-to-day life romances.
Yeah, this is a very slice of life romance.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really nice.
Yeah. And there is, I have learned, now a second in this series called The Partner Plot. And on the cover, there appears to be two people who have just gotten married in Vegas. And I'm going to click the Learn More button because I'm assuming this focuses on...
Which one?
Violet.
Okay.
And it's a second chance with her high school boyfriend.
Oh, no.
They meet in Vegas and they like basically get drunk and party, and then they wake up the next morning and discover that they've gotten married.
It's like when Michael Cera and Aubrey Plaza revealed that they almost got married in Vegas.
Yeah.
Just for fun.
Yeah.
Ooh.
It's very Ross and Rachel.
I forgot about Ross and Rachel also.
Yeah, that happens.
Whoops.
Oh,
that sounds fun.
This looks great. Comes out in February.
Okay.
February 27th, 2024.
I'm looking forward to seeing what she does with a character like Violet, who we obviously realize is very chaotic, but very cool.
Right. Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to read Kristina Forest, like, right from that kind of perspective versus Lily, who's very introverted.
Yeah, chill and kind of quiet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'll be fun.
I know. I'm excited for that.
Ooh.
February.
All right.
And it's pink.
We love a pink book.
Cover's pink. I love it.
Well,
what are you reading right now?
I'm on a little nonfiction kick.
Nice.
I've been reading In the Weeds by Tom Vitale.
I don't know how you say it.
But he was the director for Anthony Bourdain's multiple shows, Parts Unknown and No Reservations and whatnot. And I did not watch Anthony Bourdain very often before his death, which is really sad. And then, you know, after he passed, kind of went on a little Parts Unknown journey. And it's kind of one of those shows that Austin and I put on when we just like want to watch something that has a little bit of substance, but is also still fun. Mm-hmm. And I really love it. And
yeah,
In the Weeds is really like sad, but also extremely funny at parts. And so I've been kind of chipping that away at it for a couple weeks, and I'm almost done.
It's a great book.
It's really, really good.
It's a great book.
It's really good. It's really nice to read about it from like the perspective of somebody who like worked on the show but was not Anthony Bourdain, like all the good and the bad of it. And it's also really cool. I've been rewatching the episodes after they talk about them in the book. So like I rewatched the like Libya episode after the chapter about Libya. And so that's really cool to be like, oh, hey, I remember them talking about that.
Yeah, I did that after I read the book too. I read that book when I was on vacation in Costa Rica, and then I got home and like binged all the ones that they had talked about.
Oh, it's really cool. Yeah, I was watching a bunch of them on Friday, and then it started the Jamaica episode, but I knew I was about to read the Jamaica chapter, so I turned it off because I was like, I want to watch the episode after is my favorite chapter. So
yeah,
love Mr. Papers and their Margaritaville adventure.
It's kind of funny because the two celebrity deaths that have impacted me the most are two people, like Anthony Bourdain fucking hated everything that Jimmy Buffett stands for. But those are the two sides of my personality, I suppose, Anthony Bourdain and Jimmy Buffett.
Yeah, I didn't expect Jimmy Buffett to make an appearance in this book about Anthony Bourdain.
It's so delightful when it happens. It's so good.
Yeah, I need to make that one of my book of the month add-ons because it's one I'm going to want to have.
Oh, and yeah. I really love it. I want to revisit it. Before you even told me that you were reading it, I wanted to reread it because I was thinking about that Margaritaville part, and I was like, I want to revisit that.
I'm just like obsessed with Mr. Papers.
Yeah, so it's a really wonderful book. I really liked it.
I highly recommend. It's a good like palatable nonfiction too. Maybe palatable is not the right word, but it's a good like entry point.
Right. It's not lighthearted by any means, but it's an easy read.
Yeah.
For sure. Like I read it in like 2 days on vacation.
Yeah.
Given I was on vacation, but yeah.
Right. Yeah. Katey, what are you reading right now?
Well, I'm going to say one thing that I didn't write down because you reminded me of it, which is I'm listening to an autobiography of Jimmy Buffett that's very good. It's called Jimmy Buffett, A Good Life All the Way, and it came out in 2017. It's by Ryan White, who is like a music writer, I think, like a music journalist. And it's really good because I'm maybe only like 20%, 15% into it, but it's like, it sort of starts with like Jimmy Buffett's like, it gives a lot of backstory. Like his grandfather was like a sailor and lived like this like crazy life. So it talks about like kind of those shenanigans, but it also really interestingly talks about the history of Key West as like a vacation destination.
Yeah.
And it kind of starts with like how Key West was like in the 50s and 60s, like before Jimmy Buffett showed up there. And it's kind of building up to the argument. It feels like it's building up to the argument that Jimmy Buffett sort of like put Key West on the map. And it's just like so interesting because there are all these mentions of like Jerry Jeff Walker was living in Key West at the time. And like Jerry Jeff was the reason that Buffett even came to Key West in the first place. And like, it's like all this really interesting, like kind of cultural history and like very little actual Jimmy Buffett so far.
Yeah.
And it's just like really good. And like, in the blurb, it's talking about like how he went from, you know, singing songs for beer to being this like kind of CEO of like a series of businesses across the world. And so it seems like it's more than just a straight autobiography. It's kind of more about like all the culture surrounding like the times that Buffett was living through, which is really interesting.
Ooh, interesting.
Yeah, it's really, really good. I'm really enjoying it. And I'm doing the audiobook, which is really good. So I liked that. But as we know, I'm reading multiple things at one time. And I am also reading Payback's a Witch by Lana Harper, which is the first in a series that I have owned for a little while, but have never picked up for whatever reason. And it came out in 2021. It's the first of what will be 4 books, what is currently 3 books, and maybe more after that. I don't know. And it's like, I didn't think it was a romance at first, but apparently it is. But it's about this woman who is a witch that goes back to her hometown and is sort of dealing with some shit that's going down in her hometown. But then she's also falling for another witch. And so I have made the argument to Abigail that this is going to be our next book club book, Payback's a Witch by Lana Harper.
And I was easily convinced.
Yes.
So
it's so, I'm only like maybe 25% of the way through, and it's like super cozy.
I need a cozy.
Yeah, there's like a good cozy small town. It reminds me a lot. And it says, the description says Chilling Adventures of Sabrina meets the L Word. But even before I saw that, when I was reading it, I was like, this feels like watching the Netflix Sabrina show. Like the town feels like that.
Yeah. Wow. What a combination with the L Word.
I know.
Wouldn't have put those two together.
Me neither. But it does feel like the town feels a lot like Sabrina.
Okay.
So far I like it.
Nice. All right. Well, next time we'll be talking about Payback's a Witch.